The Olympic Games, a beacon of international unity and athletic prowess. Every 4 years, the world watches as athletes gather, striving for glory. The host city becomes a global stage, showcasing its culture and spirit. The Olympics are more than just a sporting event. They represent a dream. The allure of hosting the Olympics is undeniable. The potential economic benefits are tantalizing. Tourism booms, businesses flourish, and jobs are created. Cities invest heavily in infrastructure, hoping to modernize and attract future investment.
However, the economic reality is not always rosy. The costs of hosting the Games can be staggering. Stadiums and infrastructure require ongoing maintenance. Debt burdens can linger for decades.
To understand the true impact of the Olympics, we must look at the stories of past host cities. Each city offers unique insights into the complexities of hosting this global event. From the economic boom of Barcelona to the urban regeneration of London, the legacies are varied.
Some cities, like Athens, have struggled with the long-term costs of hosting. Others, like Sydney, have successfully integrated Olympic venues into the fabric of city life. The lessons learned from these experiences are invaluable for future hosts.
The Olympic Games are often touted as an economic goldmine for host cities. The influx of athletes, officials, media, and spectators brings a surge in spending. Hotels are booked solid, restaurants overflow, and souvenir shops do a brisk trade. Local businesses, from transportation to entertainment, experience a significant uptick in activity.
The construction boom leading up to the Games creates thousands of jobs in construction, hospitality, and related industries. Governments often cite these job creation figures as evidence of the Games' economic benefits. For cities struggling with unemployment, the Olympics can provide a much-needed boost.
Infrastructure overhaul building for the future? The Olympics drive significant infrastructure development. Host cities upgrade transportation, build sports venues, and improve public spaces.
These improvements benefit residents, enhancing connectivity and modernizing the city.
London 2012 spurred investment in East London, revitalizing the area. The Olympic Park attracted businesses, residents, and tourists. Improved transportation links benefit commuters and visitors. The price of glory, debt, deficits, and white elephants. Hosting the Olympics often leads to massive debt burdens for host cities. Projects frequently go over budget, causing long-lasting financial repercussions.
The 2004 Athens Olympics left Greece with a hefty debt burden. Maintaining underutilized venues continues to strain the Greek economy.
Beyond the bottom line, measuring the true cost. Assessing the true economic impact of the Olympics requires looking beyond the immediate balance sheet. The long-term consequences, both positive and negative, must be carefully considered. Factors such as job creation, infrastructure development, tourism revenue, debt burdens, and the displacement of local businesses and residents all contribute to the complex economic legacy of the Games.
Moreover, the economic impact cannot be divorced from the social and environmental consequences of hosting the Olympics. The displacement of communities, the strain on resources, and the potential for environmental damage all factor into the overall cost-benefit analysis.
Ultimately, the decision to host the Olympics is a political and economic gamble. While the Games can bring short-term economic gains and leave behind a legacy of infrastructure and urban renewal, they also carry significant financial risks and can exacerbate existing social and environmental challenges. The Olympic Games, at their core, represent a celebration of humanity. Athletes from all corners of the globe, representing diverse cultures, backgrounds, and beliefs, come together to compete on a level playing field. This shared pursuit of athletic excellence transcends national boundaries and fosters a spirit of global camaraderie.
The Games provide a platform for cultural exchange and understanding. The host city becomes a melting pot of languages, traditions, and perspectives. Citizens open their homes and hearts to visitors, sharing their customs and experiencing the world's diversity firsthand. This cross-cultural interaction can foster empathy, break down stereotypes, and promote tolerance.
While the Olympics often evoke images of unity and celebration, the reality on the ground can be more complex. The influx of visitors, the pressure to present a flawless image to the world, and the rapid pace of development can strain social cohesion and exacerbate existing tensions within a community.
The displacement of residents to make way for Olympic infrastructure is a recurring concern. Low-income communities, often residing in areas deemed desirable for development, are disproportionately affected. Forced evictions and inadequate compensation can fuel resentment and...
The security measures implemented during the Games can also impact the social fabric of a city. Increased police presence, surveillance technologies, and restrictions on public gatherings can create a climate of fear and suspicion. While these measures are intended to ensure safety, they can sometimes feel intrusive and infringe upon civil liberties. The displacement of residents is perhaps the most contentious social impact of hosting the Olympic Games. The need for land to build stadiums, athlete villages, and transportation infrastructure often leads to the demolition of homes and businesses, displacing communities and disrupting social networks.
While some argue that displacement is an unavoidable consequence of progress, critics contend that the human cost is too high. Forced evictions can traumatize families, uproot communities, and erode the social fabric of a city. The loss of affordable housing can exacerbate homelessness and displace vulnerable populations.
The displacement dilemma raises ethical questions about the balance between development and human rights. Should the pursuit of economic benefits and global prestige come at the expense of people's homes and livelihoods? How can cities ensure that development projects, including those related to the Olympics, are carried out in a just and equitable manner?
Section 4. Beyond the Games, Nurturing a Legacy of Social Inclusion. The social impact of the Olympics extends far beyond the closing ceremony. The Games leave behind a legacy that can shape the social fabric of a city for years to come. While the immediate focus is often on athletic achievements and infrastructure development, the true measure of success lies in the creation of a more inclusive, equitable, and vibrant society. Investing in social programs and community initiatives alongside Olympic infrastructure can help mitigate negative social impacts and create a more lasting legacy. This includes supporting affordable housing initiatives, promoting workforce development programs, and fostering cultural and educational opportunities.
Section 1. The Green Games, a platform for sustainability. The Olympic Games, with their global reach and massive scale, present both a challenge and an opportunity for environmental sustainability. The construction of stadiums, athlete villages, and transportation infrastructure can have significant environmental impacts, from habitat destruction to increased carbon emissions. Yet, the Games also offer a platform to showcase innovative green technologies, promote sustainable practices, and raise awareness about environmental issues. In recent years, there has been a growing emphasis on incorporating sustainability into the planning and execution of the Olympic Games. Host cities are increasingly adopting green building standards, implementing energy-efficient technologies, and promoting public transportation to minimize their environmental footprint. The 2012 London Olympics, for example, set ambitious targets for carbon reduction, waste diversion, and sustainable sourcing, aiming to create a One Planet Games. Section 2. The Carbon Footprint Conundrum: Construction, Consumption, and Crowds. Despite efforts to green the Games, hosting the Olympics inevitably generates a significant carbon footprint. The construction of stadiums, athlete villages, and transportation infrastructure requires vast amounts of energy and materials, resulting in substantial greenhouse gas emissions. The transportation of athletes, officials, and spectators from around the world also contributes to the Games' carbon footprint. The 2008 Beijing Olympics, for example, faced criticism for their environmental impact, particularly air pollution. The city's already poor air quality was exacerbated by construction dust and increased traffic. The construction of some Olympic venues also involved the displacement of residents and the destruction of green spaces.
The environmental challenges associated with the Olympics highlight the need for sustainable planning and innovative solutions to minimize their impact on host cities and the planet.
Section 3. From Waste to Resources, Managing the Olympic-Sized Trash Mountain. The Olympic Games generate an enormous amount of waste, from food packaging and disposable utensils to construction debris and discarded souvenirs.
Managing this waste stream in an environmentally responsible manner is a major challenge for host cities. Landfills are often overflowing, and improper waste disposal can lead to soil, water, and air pollution.
To address this challenge, host cities are implementing comprehensive waste management plans, focusing on reducing, reusing, and recycling materials. The 2016 Rio Olympics, for example, set a goal of diverting 80% of waste from landfills. The Games featured separate bins for different types of waste, making it easier for spectators and athletes to recycle. Section 4. Beyond the Finish Line. A Legacy of Environmental Stewardship. The environmental impact of the Olympic Games extends far beyond the closing ceremony. The infrastructure projects, environmental policies, and public awareness campaigns associated with the Games can have a lasting impact on the host city and its residents.
The Olympic Games can serve as a catalyst for environmental improvements that benefit the host city for years to come. The construction of new public transportation systems, for example, can reduce traffic congestion and air pollution. The creation of green spaces and parks can improve air quality, reduce urban heat island effects, and provide recreational.
Tokyo stands as a fascinating case study in the Olympic legacy, having hosted the Games twice in 1964 and 2020.
The 1964 Olympics symbolized Japan's post-war resurgence, propelling it onto the global stage.
Beyond the Shinkansen, the Games led to the expansion of Tokyo's subway system and expressways.
London 2012 provides a compelling example of how the Olympics can be used as a catalyst for urban regeneration. The Games were strategically located in East London, a historically disadvantaged area with a legacy of industrial decline. The ambitious goal was to transform this neglected part of the city into a thriving hub of activity, addressing social and economic disparities while creating a lasting Olympic.
The centerpiece of this regeneration effort was the Olympic Park, a sprawling complex of sports venues, parkland, and residential areas built on a former industrial site. The construction of the park brought with it significant investment in infrastructure, including new transportation links, bridges, and public spaces. The high-speed Javelin train, connecting East London to Central London in minutes, remains a tangible legacy, improving connectivity and boosting economic opportunities.
The Rio 2016 Olympics highlighted the challenges of hosting mega events in cities facing poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. Rio's beauty and culture contrasted with its social and environmental issues.
Venue construction faced controversy, including corruption, displacement, and environmental damage. The legacy of the Games is debated, with some projects praised and others criticized.
Rio's experience shows the need for careful planning and community engagement in mega events.
The Olympic Games, in their grandeur and global reach, undeniably stand as a transformative force, leaving an indelible mark on the cities and societies that host them. The Games possess the capacity to accelerate urban development, reshape infrastructure, and alter the social and economic landscapes of host cities, often in profound and lasting ways. From the technological marvels spurred by the 1964 Tokyo Olympics to the urban regeneration witnessed in London's East End in 2012, the Games have demonstrably catalyzed progress, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in urban planning, architecture, and infrastructure development. They have also served as powerful platforms for showcasing cultural heritage, fostering civic pride, and promoting a spirit of global unity through the shared language of sports. As the world grapples with the urgent need for sustainable development, the Olympic Games face a pivotal moment. Future host cities must embrace a new paradigm, viewing the Games as an opportunity to create a lasting positive impact. This requires meticulous planning, transparent governance, and a genuine commitment to engaging local communities. The true measure of a successful Olympic Games lies in the enduring legacy it leaves behind. The challenge and opportunity for the Olympic movement lie in harnessing the power of sport to build a better future for all, where ambition is tempered by responsibility and progress is measured in the well-being of people and the planet.